You know, this day is continuing on, right? We started this morning with a bunch of bad news, and I got back, and, as your day goes on, stupid things happen, right? Like my razor didn't work, and, that died. And so I got back and had more bad news, and I had to actually go to the bank to do a wire. Now, I know that may sound crazy, but I've set my life up in a way that I don't have to do the day-to-day things. I have people that do things for me, and I'm part of my team, and I've also got people that or I've got systems in place that make my life easier, so I don't have to do these things. Well, as it turns out, I made a transfer from a refinance, and it was a decent amount of money, about $500,000, and so I had to do a wire transfer from one bank to the other. Well, I had to actually come here and do it in person. Now, I'm not saying boo-hoo, feel bad for me, but I had to come do it, and it's a pain. I had to stand in line. I had to go through all this. So now, as you can imagine, I'm bubbling up because now I've been having this kind of a pissy day, and so when you have a pissy day, you kind of start thinking about things that are pissy a lot, right? And you start, you kind of go down that pissy mindset path. And so I was doing that. So as I stood in line with my mask on, which I hate, by the way, but I had to do it to comply, which again, I don't like to do, but I did it. So I get finally to the back. She said, it's going to be 25 minutes. I'm like, 25 minutes? I have to do a wire. So I waited about 10 minutes, she took me in. She said, oh, Glenn, how are you? Now I'm thinking, how do you even know who I am? I have a mask on, whatever. She said, how was your octopus? I said, my octopus? How do you know about that? She says, I stopped in your office one day to have you sign something the day you got your octopus. Do you remember? I'm like, oh my gosh. Long story short, she gave me her card and said, listen, I'd love to help you anytime. You don't have to come here. Here's my card. You just give me a call. I will take care of whatever you need to take care of, and I'll kind of be your personal banker. And so here's my point to that. As the day has gone on, things are starting to loosen up and get better. You have to give things time, and I'm not great at that. And as an entrepreneur, maybe you're not great at that, but you have to give time. And you have to say, okay, I'm having a bad day, things are not going my way. But if you give things time and you keep taking some actions, they start to work themselves out. And that is what has started to happen for me today. So I worked that problem out. I have to go back now and have some conversations about the deal I lost this morning, or our team lost, and see what we can work out with that. Sometimes you get bad news. A lot of times you get bad news, and you got to learn to revive it, and you got to give time, because if you don't, I tell you what, it's just not a great way to live your day. So I'm going to continue on my day. We have our pool party tomorrow. Just kind of giving you the journey instead of a roller coaster ride of a real estate investor, and as an entrepreneur, especially during this crazy time because of COVID. I've got all these weird things happening around me in my business, and every day is another day I have to adapt, and I have to figure things out. And I don't like it. I don't like having to do it constantly, but I will do it because that's the only way I know how to live, is to adapt, to pivot, and to figure things out. So I'm heading to my office, going to some meetings now, and trying to wrap things up and make the day better, because it didn't start very good. All right, see ya.